Welcome to Africa Sports Consultancy's weekly session. Today we have a special guest, Ndlovu, who is joining us today from all the way from Johannesburg, South Africa. Ndlovu is a South African-based cricket player. He plays in the South African Premier League, and he's also the head coach of Cover Drive, a cricket academy. Sydwell is also one of the most exciting persons I've met in my life. I mean, he plays cricket as a head coach for Cover Drive Cricket Academy, and he's also an author. And today we're very excited to have him live on Africa Sports Consultancy and to chat to him, about all that he's been up to. Sydwell, welcome to Africa Sports Consultancy, and thank you for joining us this evening.
Thanks, Francis. The pleasure is all mine, and I hope we have fun today.
Awesome, awesome. Just tell me quickly, how has COVID-19 lockdown been treating you? I mean, as a cricket coach, I'm sure that has been quite difficult for you, since you cannot have so much, personal interactions with your with your students. How are you coping with COVID-19, and what mechanisms have you come up with in order to encounter this big challenge?
I think COVID-19 has been tough for me and for everyone else, I'm sure, but it has also allowed us to adopt other skills in our professions or whatever we do. Schools nowadays, they go online. Yeah, and for me, I realized I wasn't really enjoying the time, not allowed to go out, and I spent that time writing a book, The APCs of Cricket, which I have been promoting over the last few months.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Sydwell, before we go into the book, which is one of the most exciting things that I'm looking forward to talk to you about, let's go back to, where all this started. Let's go back to the cricket. So tell us, what inspired you to start playing cricket, and what was the motivation behind it? And at around what age did you start playing cricket?
I started at a very young age. I think I was about 9, 10. I was drawn in by one of my coaches, Wisdom Siziba, which I think this book also is actually a special letter from my coaches that coached me when I was young. And when I wrote it, I was writing back to anyone that was reading it. So I started at a very young age, and I've loved it ever since.
Amazing, amazing. So you started playing cricket in Zimbabwe, through the whole process in the Zimbabwean system. I'm sure when you started playing cricket, you had ambitions, to play for the Zimbabwe national team and to play professional cricket and in that sense for the Zimbabwean squad. So, but now you're more, you're still playing cricket in Johannesburg, but you're also now involved in coaching. So tell us about, I won't say the transition, but the interaction, between being a cricket player and becoming a cricket coach. How is it? How is the change for you, and how were you able, to really adjust well and be able to actually be a coach, and from being an actual cricket player?
For me, getting into coaching, I was unfortunate that I was involved in an accident. My coach, Ndlovu, will tell the story better, but I broke a leg into 2 pieces. And I was in a cast for about 6 months. And it changed a lot, mentally especially. Physically, I recovered everything, I was perfect, but I'm a different person when I crossed the boundary rope than the person before I broke my leg. I knew something had to change, and that is how I got involved into coaching. I enjoy spending time with little kids, both on and off the field. The stories they tell, and they rekindle the love for the game again.
No, absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. As you spoke about the accident, which is something I'm really sorry about, and As you spoke about the accent, let's go into, a bit more about, the, as you said, it was more of a mental thing and mental adjustments from recovering from such a traumatic injury into going back to playing sport and also going and also, becoming a coach after the accident. So tell us about how much of how much of your mindset did you have to pull in to allow yourself to not just hang your boots after getting injured and actually convincing yourself that you can go back out there in the field and play, and that you can actually even contribute to the sport through coaching.
Every cricketer has aspirations. So you want to stick to the plan as much as possible. I was playing the game, and unfortunately the accident happened. Mentally, you first day with the cost, everything is all right. You're saying I'm going back to playing. It's just off season, and I broke a leg. I'll be fine. Second day, third day, 1 month, 2 months, it starts changing you a little bit. And even up to now, I remember there was a game playing against Ndlovu. We're doing some high catches at training. I was catching it last, but in a game, we went to a game and they hit a ball over mid wicket towards cow corner, and I was at mid wicket. I knew that I could get there if I ran, I could have gotten there. But I ran 5, 6 steps, tried to look ahead to see if there is anything there. By the time you're looking for the ball, it's already on the ground. So those are some things that really changes you. Regarding going to coaching, it's because there's special thing about little kids. I mean, every day when they're coming for training, they are smiling. It's a different ball game than when you are on the changing room with other players. Kids have something special, and you start loving the game all over again. So giving back is something that I really enjoy.
Amazing, it's just such an amazing story, and I mean, so inspiring for all of us out there. I'm sure a lot of people that have gone through tough times, they'll listen to this and they'll be inspired, to go on with life and to pursue their dreams regardless of the tough times. So, on to, the gist of this conversation tonight, something really exciting that a lot of people have been waiting for out there, the book, the ABC of cricket, such an exciting book that you wrote, for becoming a cricket player and also a cricketing coach. I'm sure the ABC of cricket and writing a book about cricket was something that you were really excited to do. So tell us about the process. What motivated you into writing this book?
A lot of things motivated me into writing the book. Firstly, it's lockdown, you have nothing to do, you don't want to get into depression just sitting down. And like I said earlier, this book was actually a thank you letter to my coaches. They are our mentors when we grow up. We're always looking up to our coaches as much as we look onto the TV and see the superstars, but our coaches are everything at the time. So this book, it's embarrassing even to say it's mine, because it's everything that I was taught by men that was special in my life when I was younger. And I just put everything on paper, um, and giving it all out there. I also understood at the back of my mind that when I'm coaching, I can only coach so many people. But with the book, I can go even far and wider. It doesn't matter where you are in the world or wherever you are, you can actually read. And my personal feeling is there are two types of mentors. There are good mentors and there are good mentors. If you give this book a chance, you'll figure it out yourself to say, this is something that I want to learn from, or this is something that I don't want to learn from. It's really up to individuals.
No, absolutely amazing. It's really exciting to see cricketers out there, going and writing books and also sharing their experiences in in many other ways, especially to youngsters out there. So, as a sportsman, when you're growing up, you're usually only focusing on playing sport on the field, but you bring a different dynamic, which is, that sports not only in the field, but there's something else that people out there, young athletes out there, need to look at besides actually playing in the field. And you touch on all those things in your book. So would you mind telling us a bit more about other areas of cricket or other areas of sports that really make a difference to an athlete, other than going to practice and hitting a few balls or running fitness tests or going to the gym and all that? What mental faculties do you touch on that you're willing to share with us? Do you touch on in the book that are really helpful to young athletes out there?
If I heard you correctly, you said there are other things that some people can do just outside playing the game.
Absolutely.
That is why, in many ways, I'm thankful of COVID. Not thankful as such, but let me use that word actually. Thankful, because it forces individuals to adopt other skills. You can't be out there hitting balls when human race is under threat at the moment. It forced me to write a book. I'm not really a guy that'll just pick up a book and read or anything. From your guys' side, today was speaking online. Generally, I'll be at a school speaking at an assemble or somewhere else. So it does allow us to obviously adopt other skills. As I grow older, I'm starting to venture into marketing. So marketing, cover drive, cricket school. Recently, I wrote a book. Um, that's other areas out of the game. When I'm selling this book, I see myself as a salesperson, hoping to sell over 4,000 copies for us to build an indoor cricket arena. That is just something else that is outside the game, but giving back to the game. There are other things that I didn't touch on, such as commentary, scoring, and personally feel most players that are playing the game, they should use that time. That the spare time is very important to adopt other skills. Yeah, that is what I can say.
No, absolutely amazing, Cyril. I mean, it's really great to hear that you say, during COVID-19, things were difficult, and instead of sitting back down and not doing anything, you found, other ways and other things to do. Hence you came up with such a great book. And I mean, anyone who's watching out there, please, please, please get yourself a copy of Cyril's book. At Africa Sports Consultancy, we try bring up a different dynamic into sporting. We try go into mindset development. We try focus on financial planning. We try focus on career development, goal setting, and all that. In your opinion, as a cricket coach, how important is goal settings and all those other things in a young athlete's development in their career?
I just want to say goal setting is very important, because you want to know what you want to achieve at the end of the day. You don't start at the beginning, you start at the end. This is what I want to achieve, let's say in a year, and then you break it down. For me to be here in a year, what am I supposed to do monthly? Every month I'm supposed to, let's say a month is 4 weeks, 5 weeks. You want to put in an hour of training per week. So that's a monthly goal, and then you have to break it down to weekly goal. What do I do every week? From a week, you're saying, what do I do every day to meet my weekly goal? So everything has to add up, from your daily goal, weekly goal, monthly goal, yearly goal. That is how we're going to achieve it. Yeah, I think goal setting is a guideline. It guides you. If you're getting offline, you able to remind yourself mentally, or or by reading a piece of paper and say, and look at yourself in the mirror.
Absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. You know, as you're speaking right now, I'm currently also reflecting on some of the fundamentals we touching on in Africa Sports Consultancy. And please visit our website www.africasportsconsultancy.com. You'll find some online tools which will really help you in all those important aspects that Ciro was touching on. Ciro, just to move on, in our conversation, tell us a bit about, Cover Drive, Cover Drive Cricket Academy. You know, what is Cover Drive Cricket Academy all about? And I see you guys are integrating a lot of online and technical advancements in the game as well. Please tell us a bit more about your academy, and what are you guys all about?
Okay, Cover Drive Cricket School is a development program for kids from about 7 to 19 years old. We're all about cricket. We're all about cricket development. So what we do is we study the game and give it back to a player as to what they need at the time. For instance, a 7-year-old or a 9-year-old, the difference between using a tennis ball and a 1-1-3 cricket ball, there's a difference between how you coach 11-year-old and a 17-year-old. For example, a ball already. The bigger guy is using a 1-5-6, the other guy is using a 1-1-3. Yeah. So it's the development program. Our goal is to, obviously, we want to try to help these guys meet their aspirations. As players, individuals, 11 guys on the field, we all have different goals. Someone wants to play national team one day. Someone wants to play maybe overseas. Someone wants to play, maybe someone does their highest level of cricket. So how you communicate to them is also different. Coaches have their own goal as well. One wants to coach wherever. So we might be 15 on the field, including the coaching staff and everyone else, but we all have different journeys.
Amazing, amazing. You know, you touch on, cricket development, which is, I believe, which is one of the most important things when it comes to the young generation and the future generation in the cricketing world. So, Sydwell, as we touch up on, cricketing development and development from a young age through, I'm sure, from age group level throughout to semi-professional to professional for these young kids. What do you say, is the influence of technology? And I see you guys are using a lot of, tech advancements. I see you live streaming your games. You have online scoring, From when you started playing cricket, what do you say the impact or technology has revolutionized the game in that sense?
So for us to obviously get into television of young cricketers, I was a little bit disturbed over the lockdown because they are a little bit tough on parents. They watch their boys playing from outside the school from fences. It's a little bit disturbing. You see the passion from parents. You actually wanting them on there as well, watching and supporting. So what we did, we partnered with some people with a company from overseas. What they do, we're able to televise games and we're able to capture everything just like on TV. At the moment, we are obviously looking for commentators. Coaches are trying to push them to do that, so they able to comment on our platform. But otherwise, that is where everything comes from. And then from when we started playing, it's a bit different because we use pen and paper like everything else in the office. The world is moving to a different direction. We're getting away with a lot of things, and because of COVID-19 as well, a lot will be changing and still changing.
Amazing, amazing. When you look at technologies changing, the game has to catch up, with the latest developments in technology and also adjust to how the world is working right now. So, Sido, as our time is about wrapping up and all that, tell us a bit more, about the book. So I'm sure we have a lot of youngsters out there watching, and some youngsters that are to watch this video today, and they might want to know a bit more about your book, and they might want to perhaps access your book and have a read of it, especially during school holidays and all that. How can they do that?
I think this book, like I said, it's a book that everyone can have. Um, it will be good for everyone to have. I think it connects. There's always a misunderstanding between coaches, players, and parents. Sometimes as a coach, you're speaking to a parent, maybe he's never played the game, but the son is very good. There's communication breakdown. So if parents can actually read this book if they've never played the game or don't really understand, they can learn from this book. Then when I'm talking to a parent as a coach, the communication becomes better when you're talking about the child to say this is what he needs to work on. So I think it's good for parents, for players as well. I think it's a great book. Like I say, you learn from different mentors. A bad mentor, a good mentor, a bad coach, and a good coach. So you can read, and we learn by asking questions. You read the book, you ask the coach. Sometimes coaches are different. They can say something else, or they can add on to that. Um, Regarding getting it, at the moment, people have been ordering via WhatsApp. We're hoping to get it very soon on Amazon. So I think everyone watching on your channel can put a comment, maybe ABCs of cricket. We will follow up and be able to help you.
Absolutely amazing, Sido. And you touch on very important aspects in a relationship between coaches, cricket, coaches, the cricket players, and the parents, which is, I mean, very fundamental the development of young cricketers out there. As some of the few final words that you have to say, what advice do you have for a young cricketer out there, that aspires to play professional cricket out there, but that's looking for ways in order to improve themselves, develop themselves, during COVID-19, where they don't have much facilities to use, they don't have access to physical things that they can actually touch and use to improve their games. What other ways would you advise young cricketers out there to look for to improve their game?
What I can say is that obviously there's more to the game than just batting and bowling. Sometimes it's just taking a phone and talking to your coach, not about the game every time, just knowing about the person. If you want to be a cricketer, you really have to try study these guys, read about obviously your best player, who's got the most runs this year or whenever. You can follow up about the game. And when things open up, you're a little bit clued up, and you've got an understanding exactly where you want to go. Like I say, from my side, I was in a cast. I was in a cast for about 6 months when I broke my leg. No one had to come and tell me that this is the route that you have to take. There are quite a number of changes that I managed to do after that, and yeah, this break can actually be a blessing in disguise.
No, absolutely amazing words, Sido. When you speak about the fundamentals of just picking up the phone, calling your coaches, and speaking to them, and also looking at whatever situation or lockdown that you're going through, and trying to improve on that. So no, perfect. Thank you so much, Sido, for all the advice. I'm sure the youngsters out there will be using it, will be watching this video, and will be getting a lot of inspiration from this. So Isidro, before we close off, what's next for you? What things should we be expecting from you? We have the book that you've written, you're still playing cricket and in the Johannesburg Premier League, and you're coaching, a Cover Drive School of Cricket. What next? What big things should we be looking out for from you?
Personally, I haven't planned ahead. I'm just taking each day as it comes. And yeah, so I don't want to plan far ahead. I just want to try get out of this like everyone else. We just want this coronavirus to end. But otherwise, I've been in touch with my friends, the ones that I've coached with. We've been trying to keep up on Zoom, and the players that I coach, many of whom we are friends. So we keep in touch and obviously play some games online and do whatever we can to get by.
Amazing, amazing. Sydwell, thank you so much for joining us at Africa Sports Consultancy this evening. Unfortunately, time runs by very, very quickly. Before we notice it, it's already 30 minutes gone by so quickly, and unfortunately, we have to close. Thank you so much again for joining us at Sports Consultancy, and we look forward to working with you in the future and keeping in touch with you, and we're looking forward to having you one day when you publish another book, on Africa Sports Consultancy.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate. I'm sure we're gonna meet again and help each other where we can, especially trying to grow as Africa Consultancy. From my side, from a cricketing side, I'm doing all I can to obviously help kids and grow Cover Drive Cricket School.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Cyril. That's it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to all those that tuned in. Stay safe, and please find us again next week on this Facebook page, Africa Sports Consultancy, for yet another session. Keep looking out on our Africa Sports Consultancy Facebook page for the latest advertisement of our latest guest that will be coming forward in the following week. And stay safe. And thank you for joining.
Sure.